Hey, and good evening. Meteorologist Chris Smith here with Panhandle Weather Live. Joining me, as always, meteorologist Dan Nyman over there in the other part of the Weather Center. And there's Kim from Alpha and Bluntstown. Thanks for joining us this evening.
Still felt pretty good outside today, Chris.
It did.
We had the garage door open while we were working for a brief period of time, and ultimately, I don't think we noticed quite yet here, right on that Walton-Bay County line, that change in humidity, but certainly it'll be something you see potentially in the skies tomorrow morning. Maybe not quite in the sky, or more so in front of your face as you drive to work.
Yeah, I think fog is going to be a story here over the next few mornings, so that'll be something we just kind of keep an eye on. But all in all, it was a gorgeous day today. The humidity upticking towards Pensacola, but not necessarily across the central part of the Panhandle, at least not quite yet.
Of course, we're not begging for it, but it is going to be something we deal with probably all the way till Thanksgiving.
Yes.
A lot of talk about cool downs for Thanksgiving. Some parts of the country might see it. For us, I certainly wouldn't put any money on it. Looks like a pretty warm one.
There's still some questions as to what happens right after Thanksgiving, but again, that's what's Tuesday, so it's a long way away.
Yeah.
It's 10 days away. That's getting up to the fringes there, so it'll be something we kind of keep in mind. But all in all, pretty nice this evening. You see Destin right now. This is kind of the story here. Dew point in Destin is 65 degrees. Temperature 71 degrees. As we continue to see a little bit of an onshore wind. The wind remains very light across our area. There you see south-southwest wind at 5 miles an hour, Panama City Beach. But you see comfortable enough, 68 degrees, that we have a few folks out dining this evening over there on the deck at Sharky's, so not too shabby there this evening. And meanwhile, over into St. Andrews, looking across the bay and up towards Port Panama City and over towards Panama City Beach. Nice view there this evening. And you see how still the water is, looking awfully nice tonight. Live Doppler radar is all quiet across our neck of the woods as we look out over across the Panhandle. One thing, did you see it today? It looked like the end of days. Over on the Breakfast Point area, it was a prescribed burn being done up there, but you can see there the first little part and then that smoke kind of floating up towards the West Bay area, because that already told us that we had an onshore wind with that smoke getting pushed to the north. And while it has been very dry, that uptick in humidity and the fact that the wind would essentially blow that fire towards the bay, there wasn't a whole lot of risk with it, which is one of the things that folks were asking about. But this was the view of it as it was getting started. That was, again, shortly before lunchtime today. But it certainly had an ominous look to it for sure. Had a lot of folks commenting on it. Temperatures right now, 60s and 70s, slow to cool down this evening. You see, look at the dew point temperatures, Pensacola, Santa Rosa County, 63, 64 degrees. Even right along the immediate coastline, we had the sea breeze push its way inland. But notice, if you're up in Mariana, you're loving life. 48, 52 up in Holmes County, 53 over into Liberty County. Now, where that deeper moisture is to the west, dense fog will be more of an issue, and there's already a dense fog advisory in effect for southern Alabama, Mississippi, and on over into Louisiana. That may be expanded into parts of our area overnight tonight. We will see what they do, but you'll see what we're talking about. Escambia River, Escambia County, Santa Rosa County, Okaloosa County, parts of Bay County, parts of Holmes County. Kind of over towards, say, west of Highway 79 would be kind of the favored area to see some fog. Notice not necessarily a lot into South Walton. We'll continue to watch it, but that's a possibility. Big storms, and this is what's been happening. We're under a ridge of high pressure, and so all the storms staying well north of us. So we have some pretty big storms over into eastern Kentucky, the boot of Missouri, a little bit of Tennessee there, and then that extends through West Virginia and over into parts of the mid-Atlantic. Meanwhile, we go out to the southwestern United States, and you see the spin in the atmosphere out here and that moisture coming up, showers and thunderstorms, Arizona up into flood watch over into Las Vegas, so getting some rainfall there. This evening, temperatures dropping from the 60s and down into the 50s. Watch out for some fog. With more on what we saw in our skies today, as well as what we can expect tomorrow morning, go to meteorologist Dan Nyman.
Yeah, always great to take a look at some of those viewer photos coming in tonight. A good chance to get some views of the sky before the fog settles in. That'll be likely something that we see a little later on after midnight tonight. Certainly things providing an opportunity, especially into the western panhandle. If you look at the low temperatures for Wednesday morning, it kind of tells the same story. Move east towards Blountstown, east of the Apalachicola River to South Chopie, Tallahassee. Temperatures in the lower 50s. Now, same sort of height, still inland view, Crestview up to 56 degrees for a low. You've got this color contour here, a little more yellow, some 60s, even up into inland locations, up towards Milton, north of the bays, Pensacola, up to around 61 degrees as well. Viewer photos coming in, still some high-level clouds out there adding some color, and there you'll see from Ben Simmons that sundog out there. And then we had this, might have been a video file as well to go with this. That time-lapse view was fantastic to see, but of course here you have that meteor coming right across the top of the image here just beneath the banner. Saw the peak of the Leonids meteor shower 2 nights ago, but we still have opportunities pretty much all the way until the first week of December. So before the fog sets in, you can head out and take a look for that probably after 11 tonight until 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning before you start to get some brightness back out there. The best time to view, but of course the earlier part of that window before the chance of some low-level clouds and fog, the better chance to see any meteors tonight. And if you catch them, be sure to go on the Panhandle Weather app, free on the iOS and Google Play Store. Go to the homepage and scroll down. You'll find this Submit Photos tab. And of course, that's your chance to share your photos with us and see them on tomorrow night's version of Panhandle Weather live at 6. We'll see. There could be some other interesting stuff out there in the sky too. The moon going towards the full moon right now, I believe, Chris. So that's a couple of days away, I want to say.
It is. Well, I can tell you. I can pull it up right here.
I think we were at 91% visible, so that's right around the corner. Not so good for fishing. I know some friends will be looking out for that. New moon right now.
New moon in 2 days, and the full moon is December the 4th.
You know what that means?
It's the cold. Is it the cold moon? Is December the cold moon?
It means I have some fixing to do on the website.
Oh no. Well, it happens.
It happens. A lot of moving parts here. But either way, that full moon just into the start of December, that makes a lot more sense. Didn't sound quite right. I don't know the name of the full moon for December.
I'm pretty sure it's the cold moon.
We'll have to ask Brad because we had the beaver moon, but then the harvest moon was off.
It's the cold moon.
Cold moon.
Yep. So we'll see. Will it be cold? There's potential, but we'll have to wait and see. That's the first part of December. Coming up in just a minute, we're going to take a look at the forecast. We're going to get more into the weekend forecast, the rain chances. There are some in the forecast. It's not really sticking out a whole lot, but we'll talk about that. And the warm weather and possibility of cold weather as well.
Everyone has a ritual. That small thing that keeps us focused.
A habit we never skip to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game, to drown out that self-doubt and support your mental health? Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mind and your mental health.
Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Now is a great time for a new Toyota, where you can get 1.99% APR on a new Camry and get $500 in holiday cash. Get 3.49% APR on a new Corolla and get $500 in holiday cash. Get 1.99% on a new Tacoma, plus $1,000 in holiday cash. And 1.99% on a new Tundra, plus you'll get $1,000 in holiday cash. Visit our lot or browse online at Panama City Toyota.
Your piece of land demands the very best equipment. Kubota Equipment. The #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. With professional grade mowers, versatile sidekick utility vehicles, and compact tractors that get it done right. All backed by unmatched dealer support. Talk to your dealer today to schedule a demo.
Now, from your trusted team of meteorologists at Panhandle Weather, this is your evening forecast update.
Hey, and a good evening. I hope you're having a wonderful evening tonight across our area. Maybe my new favorite camera. Dan, what do we think?
This is definitely rising the ranks quickly for mine. Obviously, this time of year, it's not going to be that active of a camera, but I have a feeling once we get in towards the spring break time of year, it'll be the light within all the darkness of spring break traffic. It'll be good fun watching this one. Love a mini golf course.
We can watch people cheat.
Oh, I'm sure we'll catch it.
We'll keep an eye right here. But anyway, it's Coconut Creek. They've always been a great sponsor for Christmas lights. Stopped down there today, and we got they got a couple cameras in the system now. They got one in the maze. So I don't know if that one's in order to like find people if they get lost in the maze, but then we also have this one. How did he only get there?
I know, I pulled this up full screen, and it kind of looks like he's wearing a golf polo, so no excuse to hit it that short.
Yeah.
And everybody else is just watching dumbfounded, including us here on Panhandle Weather Live.
Anyway, so, but yeah, it's that's looking pretty good. Also today, Dan and myself, we were over at downtown for a meeting with the Panama City Rotary. And there you go. It was the Panama City Rotary. Been around since 1937. Ethan Brown was kind enough to preside today, and Matt Hutt's the secretary, but a lot of familiar faces and names there. They had us come out and talk about Panhandle weather and what we've been up to. And you can see there's the program there. And we're going to have the maestro from Panama City Symphony on May 25th. But everyone, just fantastic, great hospitality. And thanks for having Dan and myself.
Let's get into that forecast now.
Yes.
Chris, of course, tonight temperature's still pretty warm, and obviously probably feels pretty good out on the golf course. They're still working on that hole, though, and we have been at this for probably 2 minutes now. So pace of play is struggling here.
He's going to end up in the water if he's not careful.
Yeah, I counted 5 for him, so there's no free games going out there to the man in the blue shirt.
No, absolutely not. Okay, I'll start things off, and let's go ahead and take a look as we look over Panama City Beach. Yellow flags flying, southerly winds, so that's that moisture slowly but surely beginning to return across northwest Florida. This is another look over Panama City Beach. Looking out over, this is from the Sandpiper Beacon, I believe, looking east, and you see the yellow flag flying there. Our forecast headlines, next 24 hours, it's briefly less humid today. The humidity starts returning tomorrow, but the dry weather pattern not going anywhere. And as far as rain chances, maybe not until the weekend, and even then I have just 20% rain chances. What you're going to notice is moisture increasing back to our west, and eventually that will progress its way to the east. But I'm still expecting mainly sunny skies here over the next several days, and you're not going to find any green showing up on the map there through Wednesday and Thursday. There's that onshore wind, 5 miles per hour. It's about all we're able to muster, but it will be an onshore wind there, at least briefly. And then we'll see a little bit of an offshore wind Wednesday morning, but then those winds return out of the southwest. And this is all part of the atmosphere just moistening itself up, and the muggies gradually returning here to northwest Florida. And you see that, notice dew point temperatures higher right along the immediate coastline, lower inland. And what we'll see as we make our way through tonight into Wednesday morning, muggier conditions at the coast. And then notice how it kind of spreads inland and east moving through the daytime on Wednesday. So our time with this less humid pattern is going to be fleeting, if you will. And you can see that dew point temperatures on the rise. Even through the weekend, we could be talking about dew points close to 70, which is not going to feel very much like Thanksgiving by any stretch. Low temperatures tonight, 50s inland, 60s along the coastline. Watch out for the possibility of fog. Again, that primarily is going to be over the western half of our area, kind of 79, 331 westward towards Pensacola and over towards Fort Walton Beach, Defuniak Springs and Crestview, Baker, Pace, would be some of the communities affected. So a little fog in the morning. Watch out for the kiddos at the bus stop, but temperatures climbing up nicely to right around 80 degrees. High temperatures Wednesday, back up into the 70s for the beaches, 80s inland. Our water temperatures are into the low 70s. So again, that's going to keep temperatures warmer at night near the coast, but it's also going to lead to cooler temperatures during the day right along the coast. And then low temperatures Thursday morning, 50s inland and 60s along the coastline. You'll see that fog expand. Now this is heading into Thursday morning. It gets more towards the Apalachicola River. So you see as that moisture begins to spread its way towards the east, that fog potential west for tomorrow morning, but by Thursday morning, it spreads its way over towards the Apalachicola River. So high temperatures Thursday, 80s and 70s right along the coastline. Big bubble of warm air, 15 to 20 degrees above average across the central part of the United States, trying to push its way in our neck of the woods. Meanwhile, we have this little trough swinging on through, and that's where that active weather was we showed you during the first part of the show with those showers and thunderstorms up towards the Ohio River Valley. On Wednesday, that begins to pivot and push off the east coast, so it will be out of here quickly. But in behind that will be another system, low pressure out to the west, and that will pump moisture in. But notice what is the common theme going up and over our area. For more on this pesky weather pattern and why it doesn't seem to go away, let's go to meteorologist Dan Nyman.
Oh, it always feels like this time of year we start to get into these sort of periods of very dry weather. Typical for October, not unusual for November either, but it all stems from that very persistent ridge that has set itself up across the northern Gulf Coast, a very typical weather feature for us to see when we get into this time of year with a La Nina setup. So as the showers and thunderstorms wrap around underneath that ridge, things much quieter, calmer, cloud-free, and of course, warmer temperatures coming through as well. And that remains the pattern for a pretty long period of time. There have been some models signaling towards cold air trying to pull through parts of the central U.S., but things have backed off on that trend, and certainly any front would have a hard time fully pushing through the Panhandle with this sort of setup. Meanwhile, the West Coast, you have that big trough, actually two swinging through here. You have one across the West Coast and then another diving down through towards the Four Corners states. Both of those kind of staying in lockstep for a prolonged period of time. You see little short waves streaming through, little pieces of energy trying to spur up some showers and thunderstorms over towards the Mississippi River, but that low is going to be very persistent and hard to get moving towards the east. Until that actually happens, I don't see significant changes in what you'll see outside. Sure, you'll have some days with maybe a few clouds as the moisture increases, but rain chances, they will be hard to find. Saturday, probably our next decent chance, and look at that, it's just a 20% chance of rainfall. So not forecasting much, and many of us will get through the upcoming weekend stuck with the humidity, but not benefiting from the added moisture by seeing rainfall there. Heading into the middle of next week, sometimes models kind of off and on with the rain chances. I'm not all that optimistic about it because like Chris and I have been talking about, we still have to get that high pressure to kind of back off a little bit. And that once maybe moves towards the east, we can try to sneak one of these fronts in. But right now with that ridge in place just to our south and kind of on top of us, watch these systems. They just kind of stream through to the north, never really getting all that close. You got that front trying to come down that backdoor style front, and then it stalls out with that east-west orientation, and ultimately showers and thunderstorms stay prolonged back west. Could see some pretty strong storms across Arkansas, stretching back towards North Texas, but all of that stays well clear of our area. It's not until Friday before we see some real significant cloud coverage back west, but once again for us, it's more of a mix of sun and clouds with showers and thunderstorms passing through to our north. Here's Saturday. That was the one day that we were looking for rainfall. Notice you're not seeing all that much here. Sure, a couple of blips of green, but we're probably not going to be looking at a big drought buster here over the next 7 days. So with this La Nina sort of pattern, Chris, we have big heavy rain totals across Dallas, stretching through southeastern Oklahoma into Arkansas. Could see, looks like upwards of 4 inches of rain. For us, closer to 1/10 of an inch of rain if we're lucky. You'll see here the latest Weather Prediction Center outlook, much closer to 1/100th of an inch of rainfall. So things not looking that optimistic for drought parts of the forecast. That temperature trend, though, continuing to rise up for us here. And of course, I'll let you take it away with the 7-day forecast, Chris.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Dan. What we're going to be seeing is a stagnant weather pattern here. 70s and 80s for highs, lows into the 50s and 60s. You don't see any real significant changes here when it comes to your forecast over the next several days. So status quo seems to be the story. And you'll see that coastal locations, You see 20%, 20%. In between, probably 10% chances of rainfall. Mix of sun and clouds, 70s for the beaches. Again, because of the cooler water temperatures, low 70s, that keeps temperatures there. But inland areas will be flirting with the 80s over the next several days. And again, very limited rain chances. The one thing to keep in mind, Wednesday and Thursday morning, watch out for fog. Wednesday morning, kind of west of Highway 79. Thursday morning for a little bit more of most of our area, say west of the Apalachicola River. Not necessarily as much over toward Tallahassee. So that's a look at your 7-day forecast. More of the same. Anything else that you see on social media is just a bunch of just hype of stuff that could happen, could not. It's just way too far out there, so I won't stress about it. We're not. But yeah, until after Thanksgiving, it's not going to get cooler.
Yeah, and even after Thanksgiving,
it's not a guarantee.
Kind of a coin toss right now, which is obviously annoying to hear watching from home, but that's kind of what it looks like right now. You have conflicting signals with that chance for colder air for parts of the country, but for us, that kind of large-scale pattern that you get from La Nina, El Nino is certainly trending towards warm temperatures, pretty dry weather, so we'll see which one wins, but 3 or 4 weeks out, I'm not willing to put a bet on that.
No, absolutely not. But we're heading into December, and hurricane season will come to an end, and it will start to get colder at some point. When that happens, we're just not quite sure, at least not yet. But thanks again to the folks at the Panama City Rotary Club for having us. We're going to be at the Rotary Club on the beach on Thursday, and then Friday I am at Miriam Cherry Street Elementary School, talking to the kiddos there in Group B.
It's very specific.
Yeah, Group B. There we go. Sorry, Group A.
Either way, a busy week ahead for us, but not all that busy in the weather world. We'll take it.
Taking advantage of it.
Yep, things quiet. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Bye-bye.